my YouTube family. This is the OG Crypto New Jack coming at you with some juicy news. But before I begin, let me say I'm not a financial advisor. Anything you see or hear in this video is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Remember to do your own research and consult with a qualified professional before making investment decisions. Okay, let's begin. Taking a look at the crypto market cap, it is 1.1 trillion, is up 3%. Bitcoin is coming in at number one at 26,353. Ethereum is coming in at number two at 1,723. And XRP, our beloved XRP, is coming in at number six at 47 cents. Crypto bubbles looks like mostly green. It looks like PulseX is the top gainer at 24.4%. Moving on. The fear and greed index is neutral at 47. Okay, shout out to Ido Farina. Boom, he writes, Ripple partners with Central Bank of Colombia to build CBDC based on their XRP to take over the financial system. And that's a very, very good sign. Okay, moving on. This is from the digital asset investor. Shout out to him. He says, I stand corrected. There actually is one person besides Joseph Lubin on the crypto planet who believes the SEC is doing a great job. The CEO of Prometheum. Promote Ethereum? That's probably where they got the name from. By the way, the same guy has never expressed any problem with the lawsuit being dropped on Ripple and destroying 15 billion in XRP holder wealth overnight. There are tons of video of this guy just bashing Ripple XRP. There's something shady going on between him, the Eastgate boys, SEC, China. It's all one big circle right there with those people. Okay, moving on. This is Stuart Alderati. He has this little chart over here. I'm just going to go on the bottom. So where he writes, so what should happen now? Number one, remove the speech immediately from the SEC's website. Number two, an investigation must be conducted to understand what or who influenced Hinman, why conflicts, or at the very least, appearance of conflicts were ignored, and why the SEC touted the speech knowing that it could create greater confusion. And number three, Hinman's speech should never again be invoked in any serious discussion about whether a token is or is not a security. Unelected bureaucrats must faithfully apply the law within the constraints of their jurisdiction. They can't, as Hinman tried, to create new law. And that is 100% on target. And speaking of Hinman, and this is why we can't have that, he writes, Hinman was asked, did you have communications with anyone other than the SEC staff about the substance of your remarks in the June 14, 2018 speech before you gave it? And his answer, of course, he writes, no, not on the substance. And that is not true, as clearly illustrated here. And I've been retired for a little while, but if I remember correctly, when you lie under oath in court, or even in a deposition, that is called perjury, if my memory serves me correct. So hopefully there's some consequences to that perjury. I mean, Martha Stewart went to jail for a year for perjury, so I don't know how this guy might get away with this. This is a slam dunk case right there, because there are emails that states where he actually said he's going to call Vitalik to get his take on how Ethereum works, just to confirm. So here he clearly lies. There's just no way around. There's no way to sugarcoat it. He 100% lied, and that's perjury during a deposition. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Mickle Markets. He has here they are. Buckle up. And this is in regards to Eric Balchunas, I think. He put this thing out. Holy crap, they did it. BlackRock has officially filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF. This is huge. That's what they're saying. And it is, because this is one of the big boys getting into the crypto space. They dipping their toes, at least trying to. They need to get approved by the SEC. And this is the SEC caught red-handed. This is Gary Gensler taking out the ordinary Americans. He got caught red-handed, but BlackRock is involved. So no, BlackRock had to put the word out. So BlackRock put the word out to Elizabeth Warren, who told Gary, BlackRock said to chill the F out on the crypto laws. So hopefully he'll calm down now that he got his marching orders. Okay, moving on. Mr. Hubert put this thing out. Hinman didn't give insider knowledge to private investors. What's your opinion on this, Mark Fagel, who is a strong SEC supporter, who I think is finally coming to see the light? Let me play this.
I bet dimes to donuts. They will say Ethereum probably was a screen. It's not anymore.
I think we have an intraday chart, by the way, of Ethereum. Let's see if we can pop it up there. This is what I'm talking about. So you can see over there, that was after the comments by the SEC. So interesting market action there, right? Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, this is a nascent.
This is why insider trading is against the law, people. Okay, right here. Okay.
News like this moves markets.
Right. So.
Yeah, exactly. News like that move the markets. And you know what? I'll bet you dimes to donuts that there was some inside information going on there, 100%. Okay, moving on. Mikkel again, get used to it. This is shifting from the Ethereum blockchain to the XRP ledger. Well, I guess the word on the street is that there's a quicker, better, and faster and cheaper blockchain out there. And I guess the crypto space is going to slowly but surely start to get wind of that the XRPL is probably the better blockchain to use, because why not? It's cheaper and quicker, and you don't have to pay all those expensive fees. And that's just the beginning. Moving on, shout out to Mac Attack. XRP price to hit $30 if Ripple wins lawsuit against the SEC, says a hedge fund manager. And you know what? That seems to be the consensus. Maybe not all the way up to $30, but pretty much the range is between $10 and $30. I'm good with any of those ranges in between, a little higher, a little lower, but definitely is going to go up. It's not going to stay where it is once this lawsuit comes to an end. Okay, moving on. Mark Phillips says this: the Ethereum free pass and regulatory jail was JP Morgan and Alibaba's revenge on Ripple for the bounce MoneyGram deal, in which Ripple likely pointed to the China background. And you know what? I can't say that's for sure, but that's definitely within the realm of possibility. And going down another rabbit hole, we have Wheezy here. Shout out to Wheezy. Let me get this straight. Hinman Simpson Thatcher helps Alibaba IPO. Alibaba and Wang Zhang partnered to create a bank in China. Vitalik Buterin founds Ethereum. JP Morgan disguised whale, possibly. JP Morgan assists in creating the EEA, which is the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Vitalik goes to China to look for funding. Wang Zhang buys 500 million in ETH. JP Morgan works with Consensus to create JPM Coin and focus on cross-border payments, becoming a Ripple competitor. Wang Zhang founds Blockchain Lab. Vitalik becomes chief scientist at Wang Zhang Blockchain Lab. Hinman joins the SEC. Ethereum forms a coalition Brooklyn project to help them get through the regulatory door and create a monopoly. Ripple sued and becomes embroiled in a 2-year battle with the SEC. Wang Zhang advances their mission to expand Ether in China with Feng Bushi, Hashkey, OneCloud, and others. XRP army rises to expose the ETH gate and hopefully fire Gary Gensler. Fun fact, Wan Chain, which is backed by Wang Zhang and Feng Bushi in China Growth Capital, is currently a member of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Oh, you don't say. All those connections. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Riz sharing this video. JP Morgan knows why we hodl, why the SEC tried to stop the moving train, but they won't be able to. Let me play this.
What do you do for a living, my friend?
I'm a crypto millionaire.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
What advice did you give to the people watching?
Buy XRP, HBAR, XLM, Casper.
Yeah.
Buy it before ISO 222. Because when FEDS now comes out with that software, that's it.
Wait, so you don't buy Bitcoin or Ethereum?
I have Bitcoin, yeah.
Yeah, you buy that?
Yeah, only when it dips.
Now it's
yeah.
expensive.
Now it's expensive, yeah. But Bitcoin, I mean, I believe Bitcoin is going to go to $100,000 one day.
Yeah, do you think like this year or next year?
Probably this year.
This year?
This year is when crypto is going to go. It's going to take.
Well, sounds like good advice. And that gentleman who claims to be a crypto millionaire, he says that crypto is going to go on a little ride. Well, we'll have to, time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, moving on. We have Senator Cynthia Lummis, who puts more than 50 million Americans own a crypto asset. We need to establish clear rules of the road that protect consumers and encourage financial innovation, but limit the regulatory overreach that the SEC is currently engaging in. And I 100% agree with Senator Lummis. We need more lawmakers like that, as opposed to lawmakers like this. This is Brad Sherman, who is can be more anti-crypto. It's just unbelievable. He's one of the anti-crypto lawmakers. And shout out to Patrick Riley, who writes, "Tell me you work for China without telling me." And this is what Brad Sherman had to say.
Is this the end of crypto in America?
Hope so, don't think so. But
You hope so?
Yes.
Why?
Well, you know, this is an investment network, and people might say, hey, it could go up, it could go down. The question is it good for America? And the answer
He is a complete jackass. He actually says he hoped that this is the end for crypto, but unfortunately for him, that is not going to be the case. The train is up the station, and not just for XRP. The entire crypto market is here to thrive. They're all not going to make it, but the ones that have a store of value or a utility case, they will stick around, which is going to be probably 5 to 10% of them. Yeah, probably the vast majority, 90% of them will go away because they have the utility. They're meme coins, shit coins, whatever you want to call them. But those few that are actually doing something, they're going to be here for the end of time. Okay, moving on. Monsieur Hubert, the rules are clear since decades, but somehow Prometheum became the first crypto company approved by the SEC in May 2023 and still doesn't offer any crypto services because they can't register the token. You can't make this stuff up. And this is exactly what's going on. SEC is playing games. I guess FTX blew up in their face, so they're trying to find a new FTX, and here they bring up Prometheum to be their next FTX. This is why we need regulations, more people like Senator Loomis, and moving on from there, which will be good news. Shout out to Eleanor Tourette. She put out that the House Financial Services Committee Chairman, Patrick Henry, has just announced 2 SEC Gov oversight hearings next Thursday on June 2nd. The first one at 9 o'clock, and the second one is at 10:30. And hopefully some good comes of those hearings that are taking place at a more frequent basis, because before they wouldn't even have a hearing, and now we're having this like a second and third one this year. And hopefully they continue, because we need regulations so this crypto space can thrive here in America. We could become the #1 crypto hub in the world. At least that's my hope and my vision for this country. Well, fam, that's going to do it for today's video. If you found this video to be helpful, would you please smash a like and subscribe? I would really appreciate it, and it doesn't cost you anything. Thank you much in advance. And in the words of Snoop Dogg, keep your mind on your money and your money on your mind. Peace out, fam.